Super Scribblenauts! Everything used to be Super Mario, Super Nintendo, Super Monkey Ball, Super Noah's Ark 3D. Yeah, so Super Scribblenauts was a pretty good title for a sequel. I much prefer this to Scribblenauts 2 or something, because this game is actually a legitimate expansion and really builds upon the original. I'm gonna cut to the chase with this one. I love Super Scribblenauts. This is how you do a sequel. I think they almost did everything right with this game, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. There's a lot reused from the first game, sure, but I like that because they made it so much better. The graphics are basically the same, the notebook controls in a similar fashion and has all the same words, the menus, UI, all that's still here. But what they did was beef this game up and really fix the flaws of the original Scribblenauts. This game's main selling point was that now you can apply adjectives to your objects. This adds a whole new layer of depth and creativity to the game. Pretty much every adjective you can think of, just like the nouns, will work. To express this, on the box art, they show Maxwell riding a winged, dotted bathtub, something so wild and weird, but at the same time so appropriate for what this game actually is. You can either add an adjective now by typing it with the actual word, or even walking up to the object, tapping it, and writing it out to give it that modification. Starting the game up, Super Scribblenauts takes a huge leap over the original by getting rid of the 11-level tutorial world. At first, when writing this, I was like, maybe I'm being too harsh in the tutorial, maybe I shouldn't critique it in this section, but this pretty much validated that, yeah, the 11-level tutorial, get rid of it. Do not pass go, do not collect $500. Now, the tutorial level is one level, but condenses just about everything you need to know in a much, much quicker time. If you played the first game already, you pretty much already know what to do. The best thing about Super Scribblenauts are that the levels are leagues better, at least in my opinion, than the levels in the first Scribblenauts game. Gone are the weird levels that you would just cheese. I think I used the jetpack maybe like twice throughout my entire playthrough, and I don't even know if I had to do the rope trick at all. The black hole now actually just kills everything. And you know what? I used to like this item, but I appreciate them going out of their way to remove something so exploitable. One function that you'll find yourself using a lot more here is the magnifying glass. Sure, you would use this in the original too, but with this game, not only is it good to decipher what the hell something is, but I found it would often expand my vocabulary and give me new words to put in my arsenal. And since this game is more puzzle-based, it was a real treat. Some of my favorite levels are the ones where there's like a bunch of empty squares and you're tasked with filling in the blanks. These can be as simple as adding an adjective to an existing object. Sometimes you play sort of a bingo. My favorite one of these is level 910. Here you're supposed to make 3 animals to win 2 bingos, looking for specific properties in each animal to spawn. This would be a good time for the beef coon to exist. Anyone know the beef coon? I loved levels like this. There's a lot of them too, and some levels will have you using the robust adjective system to make oxymorons, like connecting a dummy with a professor by making them smart. These are really funny. What's really interesting is like Maxwell isn't even needed for a lot of the levels in this game. You're gonna be using a touchscreen to scroll from like 30 miles away and just place items in. I still appreciate having the character there. You may as well. Although it's funny to see him in like a box or something when all this crazy shit is going on up there, but you're just chilling. You're kind of like a god. Par system is now completely gone. Instead, you gain a flat rate of allers for finishing a level. These are no longer used to unlock the world. The game does that automatically now in shapes of constellations, but instead allows one of my favorite changes to this franchise. You can pay to unlock hints, which is a really helpful system. Because look, these levels can be tricky, alright? Even with the hints, I definitely had to look up the solutions to a level here or there, but the hints definitely make this game a lot more friendly and solvable without having to constantly be on Google if you can't figure something out. And the hints aren't always easy to figure out though, so it's not like it solves the level for you. You still have to do some external thinking. I still have the issue where the adjectives a solution needs can be a bit tricky. Here they want you to create a caveman similar to the above dinosaurs. The terms steel caveman and rocky caveman don't work, even though visually that's what I saw. I don't think the pool of words is unworkable or anything. It'd be nice if like multiple pairs of eyes would have different solutions, you know, get a big pool of possible ideas, because I feel like it's just a one developer and they just have a few ideas for it and that's it. That's all you can do. This game still kinda does the puzzle and action thing, but hey, the action levels are only 20 levels now. They're more like bonus worlds. Good riddance, get out of my damn face. All jokes aside, I would say the action levels are still mostly fine. I mean, you know what you're getting into now if you played the first game, alright? That game kicked you in the balls and made you a tiger! They have a much heavier focus on buttons and switches, but to be honest, it was kind of just a return to my old tricks. You see, that's the problem with these levels. They're just so easy to cheese. You can't make action levels with unlimited possibilities from a notebook. Some guy from Reddit's gonna find something dumb to do. And hey, you may have heard of jetpacks. But my friend, have you heard of fast jetpacks? puzzle levels are the star of the show here, no doubt in my mind, and as said before, they're really creative and well done. This is basically what I wish the first game was. There's a good amount of parodies here. You got James Bond, you got Wizard of Oz, and even a Super Mario Brothers level. I love this one a lot because the first game had a duck hunt level, so I'm pretty sure this is just a really clever callback to the double cartridge for the NES. There's a few experimental levels too. There's one where you have a list of clues and you have to decipher with facts and logic which kid belongs to which house. I kinda didn't like this. You have to click the paper like 100 times unless you write it down. That's kinda meta, having a pen and paper out while playing Scribblenauts. A lot of the mechanics have been refined too. Guns have unlimited ammo now. You can just tap on a ladder to climb it. Society has been saved. I even think they adjusted the time it takes to activate a switch or a bomb, but that might be in my head. I don't know. I kinda just felt it, but I'm not 100% sure. The game even concludes with a charming boss fight where you take all the stars you receive throughout the game and chuck them at Evil Maxwell. This caught me off guard, honestly, because this whole game is like, what word should I use? Then all of a sudden, they slap you in the face. You're playing a 2D shooter. Evil Maxwell crashes, killing the starlight, and just like the first game, you gotta type it again to revive it.
So yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about Super Scribblenauts. It's a damn good title. All the positives from the first game are here, and then some. You still got the amazing graphics and music, so I don't really need to go over that again. It's basically the same, if not better. Level editor has been massively improved, now allowing for more interactability with puzzles, although I still don't think there's any online, which feels like a missed opportunity, but whatever. The merit system is back, and the adjective system and level refinement makes Super Scribblenauts a serious winner. And I'd go so far as to say this is one of the best DS titles that wasn't made by Nintendo.
I have to be honest here, your Super Scribblenauts kind of just makes the first game entirely irrelevant to play unless you're just curious about it. I know I joked about this earlier, but it kind of reminds me of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl versus Pokemon Platinum. Like, I know Scribblenauts OG has different levels, but every aspect of it is seriously just so much better in Super Scribblenauts. And as said, it should be noted they did release a dual pack of both Scribblenauts on the DS together. In 2013, this was 2 years after the 3DS came out. I don't understand.